Hey guys, welcome to Straight TV. I'm your host, Gamma. And in this episode, I'm probably going to explain a little bit of why I've been, right now, you can say missing, right? I haven't posted an episode in quite over a week already. But oh Lord, I've been going through it. Yes, guys. I've been going through some tribulations, some challenges, but I'm still here, optimistic, of course, positive, also happy, content. Because the trials and tribulations that me and my wife are going through are based on the fact that we have two level 3 autistic twin boys. And as you can imagine, they're currently 17. They're going to graduate high school. They're turning 18 pretty soon. And therefore, there's a lot of changes in their behavior. There's a lot of changes, even in the chemically in their body, that sometimes there's been outbursts of behaviors, and we've been trying to manage them. We've been trying to control those behaviors. I told my wife naturally first. I want to do things naturally. Before we rush into any conventional medicine to calm them down, I want to first try anything in my power to first detoxify their bodies, their brain. Because after doing intense research, I've noticed that a lot of the kids with autism have a lot of metals in their body and in their brain. So I told my wife, let's first clean their system. Let's first clean their bodies and see what changes we see. You know what I mean? Let's first put everything we can and any effort that we can do to try to clean their system first, flush things out, and see how they change before we rush into any type of conventional medication. So we've been doing that. I've been doing that. It's a really tight schedule. It's a really rigorous schedule that we have to consistently keep giving them some supplements in order for them to the effects to work. So that's and there's days, that we are exhausted. There's days that we are dragging our feet because it's really intensive. It's really time consuming, and it takes a lot out of you. And the reason why I'm this optimistic, guys, the reason why you hear me right now, I'm not falling apart, is because I am filled with gratitude. And I also know that I am not alone. I feel deep down that the Lord is with me and my wife, my household. We feel that He's helping us. Because I told my wife too, the beauty of this is that we put this in God's hands first and foremost. If we found this schedule, if we found this detox plan, it's for a reason. It's not gonna. I told my wife, it's not gonna be the amount of supplements we give our kids that is gonna make the difference. It's not gonna be the quality of the supplements that are gonna make the difference. It's the Lord. If He's the one that is gonna authorize the effects, He's the one that is gonna help us, and we'll see. We'll see. With patience, what effects it has on our kids. And I am happy. I'm not falling apart, guys. We're not depressed. We are not in a state of dire stress, losing our happiness or none of that stuff. No, because we feel that we are not alone. And also, this brings me to my point that sometimes we as humans are traumatized by life. We go through certain traumas in our life. We go through hardships. We go through struggles and tribulations. We go through assaults. We go through, you name it. In other words, we get dragged by life so many times that we already subconsciously think that we don't deserve better. We already put it in our psyche, and we think that we don't deserve to be happy. Yes, that happens, guys. That happens. Sometimes we are dragged by life. We are traumatized by life, by certain people in our life. that we feel that we are never going to be happy, that we feel that we are never going to enjoy anything, that we feel that we are never going to move past that. But guys, the reason why the Lord seeked you and found you is for you to think and start thinking, listen, I deserve to be happy. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to find joy in life. He wants you to, even though you may encounter trials and tribulations in your future, you are not going to fall apart. You are not going to lose hope. You are not going to be unfulfilled. No, my wife and I, right now, we're going through something that we've never experienced before. And we still believe, deep down, she believes too, that this is not the end. We are not ruined. We are still positive. We are still happy. That's what the Lord wants us to feel, because we're putting our hardships, we're putting our troubles, our sadness in his hands, and he's the one that consoles us. He's the one that puts in our hearts the happiness, the positivity, the joy, because he's taking care of it. He's taking care of our hardships while we are close to him. But sometimes, listen, there's evil forces out there, spiritual forces that we don't see, that want us to think that we don't deserve better, that want us to think that this is it, that want us to think that we have no hope. And sometimes that those evil forces succeed because we don't want to leave the past. We don't want to forget the horrible things that we've been through. We don't want to believe that we deserve something better. We don't want to approach happiness. We refuse to approach joy and happiness. Why? Because we've been hurt. Why? Because yes, we've been tormented probably. You know what I mean? But we need to get that out of our psyche. We need to get that out of our mind, out of our heart, out of our lives. You are seeked. Listen, I want you to keep that in mind, engraved in your heart. God is looking for you. Even though sometimes we think that we are looking for God, no, God is also looking for you. And he is the one that finds you. He will find you, because if he doesn't want you to find him, he will not be found. No matter the years you spend searching for him. When you end up finding God, is because he found you. And when God finds you, you need to start putting it in your heart that he found you to be happy. He found you to find joy. He found you to get help and start letting go of the negativity. Start letting go of what we've been through. You need to start letting go of the betrayals you suffered. You need to start letting go of the abuse, because you do deserve to be better. You deserve to be happy. And also, when you start savoring the happiness, when you start savoring joy and peace, that means that you're starting to introduce into your life gratitude. Gratitude enables, in other words, also gratitude opens the door for happiness to come to your life. Gratitude opens the door for fulfillment. Gratitude opens the door for love. Gratitude opens the door for peace. When somebody starts falling into a depression, when somebody starts falling into chaos and unfulfillment, it's because they don't have a grasp on gratitude. They don't count their blessings. They just keep remembering all the bad things that have happened in their lives, and they keep falling and falling into a deeper, deeper hole of sadness. That's depression. That's depression. A depressed person has no joy. A depressed person has no fulfillment. A depressed person doesn't find peace and happiness. And they're always thinking of the bad things that had happened to them. They're always thinking of the sadness and the betrayals. God didn't find us to keep thinking like that. He didn't find us to keep thinking like the old man like we were. No, we need to change now. And when we encounter some tribulations, when we encounter some trials and hardships, we find peace in it. We find strength. It's not impossible. And it's not a story or a once upon a time. No, it is real. Because some people may read, for example, let's say they read Jesus's life and prayer and think, well, that would be nice, that's a nice story. No, it's real. Because what he went through, I'm talking about the struggles that he went through and also the sadness he faced when he found out that he was going to get betrayed and crucified. He felt sadness. He felt alone. So he ended up praying and praying and praying until God answered him. But and then he embraced the challenge. He embraced the trial. Why? Because when you let God into your heart, your life starts changing. Your heart takes a different shape. You become stronger. In other words, you become a person of a higher consciousness. You are no longer limited by our humanity. You are a being of a higher consciousness. You are enlightened. Yes. So stop and think. Stop and think. Am I happy? What's getting in the way? What seems to be the constant fallback? Is it me? Am I always thinking of the bad things that people have done to me and the bad things that people could do to me? Yes, of course. We could all think that. We could all think that everybody can betray us. Yes. But that's why when you become a person of a higher consciousness, you can also read characters. You become a good judge of character. You can hear people's conversation and realize, wait a minute, I know where this is going. I know where you want me to go. I know where this path is going. Yes, you start being enlightened. You start realizing which people are good to have around you and which people are not good to have around you and your family, your home. That's what we've realized. Even though we are going through these trials and tribulations, even though we are going through these hardships, why is it that you are still happy and positive? Because we are not alone. Because he's also helping us. We don't feel abandoned. And also, when we feel that this is too much, when we feel that this is a lot, God always puts the means, the ways for us to see other people who have it harder. Yes. Even though we have twin boys with level 3 autism, we ended up finding out that one of our kids' classmates, he's a third child with autism of a single mom. A single mom with 3 adult boys with autism. Wow. That completely made me be grateful. Wow. And I thought I had it hard. You know what I mean? God puts the means, the sources for us to realize, hey, wait, you don't have it that hard. Look at this lady, a single mom with 3. She has it hard. See how the gratitude kicks in? And see how the happiness comes to life? Let's think about that, guys. It's time for you to make an assessment. It's time for you to realize, am I going backwards? What is getting in my way? Yes, I want you to think about what's going on in your life. I want you to think. I've been doing my soul searching myself. I sit down and think about my struggles. I think about my positivity. Is my positivity there? Am I helping my wife? Sometimes we need to help each other. Sometimes the spouse may fall into some sort of a sadness and you could say because a sadness and some sort of a rut. You know what I mean? So we're there to cheer each other up. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. We're here. We don't have it as bad as this kid's mom and their family. We have each other. She doesn't have anybody, and then and vice versa. If I feel like I'm falling into a rut, if I'm falling into some sort of, let's say, I lose even my drive to do anything, I don't want to do anything no more. She's the one that's, hey, listen, cheer up. Come on. We have each other. We have God on our side. Our boys are still healthy. They're not tied to any tubes in a machine in the hospital. They're still with us, even though we're going through this. So we find the positivity, even though the challenges are present. You always find, and that's beautiful. When we find the positivity in some challenges that we're going through, we don't let the challenges dictate our happiness. No, you let your challenges dictate the happiness, not the challenges. You are gonna dictate your own happiness, not the challenges, not the tribulations, not the trials. Think about that. You're not alone. Sometimes, like I said, those evil demonic forces want us to think that we are alone, want us to think that we're never going to strive for anything better. But you're not alone. You are becoming a person of a higher consciousness, a consciousness of faith that supersedes our human abilities. Stick around, folks, on this journey that I'm going through. I want to go with you too. I want you to join me on this journey of fulfillment, happiness, and joy. Till the next time, Straight TV out.